Lee, has ITV called about me being a pundit at the World Cup yet? Well, maybe just remind them that I'm available. Hello? Speaking. Oh, hello, Mr. Villa Chairman. Yeah, no, I was kind of expecting your call, so when do I start? Excuse me? What do you f***ing mean you're going in another f***ing direction? I'll tell you what direction you're f***ing headed in, it's to League f***ing One. Who is making these ridiculous decisions? You are. Well. Yep, no, I will be sure to apply again in 6 months once you fire this guy. Yeah, I'm sorry, I did kind of overreact there, didn't I? Yeah, no, please forgive me and consider me for future opportunities. Can I ask though, who was it that you hired? Steve Bruce? You chose Steve f***ing Bruce over me, you Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villa and welcome to Season 2, Episode 4 at Brentford as we follow in Dean Smith's footsteps, and today we are playing Chelsea and Wigan in the Premier League as we wind down the first half of the season before the break for the Winter World Cup. But the big news is Steve Bruce has indeed got the Aston Villa job, and we've been overlooked for Brucey, and he's gone back to Villa. Now, to give credit to him, if we go have a look at the championship table, they have improved. They've got some good results recently. No, of course, beating Birmingham's a big one, but they've drawn Middlesbrough. They beat Newcastle, who's up in the top two, and they've also beaten Barnsley. So they have got a few results there, and Walsall themselves have got a little bit of a run and picked up some points as well since last episode, which is nice. Even they drew Birmingham. That's good. So signs of life anyway from Walsall. So that's all very, very good. To be honest, I'm not disappointed that we didn't get it this time. Although, to be rejected twice hurts a little bit. But I want to see what we can do with Brentford for the rest of this season, to be honest. So there we go. That is the Villa situation resolved. We will be at Brentford, you would hope, at least for the rest of this season, though you don't know the way that they're sacking managers right now. Maybe we'll be back and applying for the last few weeks of the season. Now, as I said, there is the Winter World Cup coming up, so I thought we'd have a quick look at what that's shaping up like. And here it is. So all the groups are obviously being drawn. Group A, you've got to say, how lucky is Spain? They've got Morocco, New Zealand and Qatar. I'll sort of scroll down here so you can see the rest of the groups. Obviously, personally, Group E looks quite tasty to me. Australia, England, Mexico and Turkey. I think that's just a good all-round group. England, you'd imagine, would win it, but go on, Aussie, see if they can take something from them. Italy's got themselves a nice little group, Italy and Portugal. That'd be an interesting one with Japan in there. I'm not sure how this is behind my head, but Nigeria, Sweden, Switzerland and Uruguay is a nice group as well. As is, to be honest, Brazil, South Korea, US and Wales. That's a decent group. That's the one, of course, where there's sort of the 4 teams from the 4 different confederations. So I think if this draw was to happen in real life, I think it would be an interesting World Cup. So we'll check back next episode once it's done and see who wins. And let me know in the comments who you think's going to win it. And let me know who you think the Spanish FA have got bribes on to get that sort of a group, because that is absolutely ridiculous. But there we go. Alright, we have 2 games to catch you up on since last episode, starting with our Premier League match against Southampton. We took a first half lead when Marek Hamsik went on a determined solo run to open his Brentford account. And Scott McKenna smashed in a first Brentford goal to make it 2-0. Southampton got a late consolation to ensure a nervy finish, but we got the points. So there we go, a deserved win. First goals with the club for Hamsik and McKenna. 2 very good goals as well. Nervous end when Danny Ings smashed one in right at the end there. But as I said, deserved win, nervy finish, but a good result there. You can see that the match stats say it was an even game. It wasn't really, to be honest. We had the better highlights, and I do think we deserved to win it. Next up, we played Tottenham. It was a big test for us. We went away from home. No, we were at home, I think, against Tottenham. We were at home against Tottenham. Let's go see how we did. We went in front late in the first half when Jayden Bogle crossed for Penaranda. But Spurs drew level in first half stoppage time. So a decent result. I mean, obviously at home you'd always like to win, but Penaranda put us in front. Unfortunately, the lead didn't quite last the half time, but you can see there, we created chances. They had more of the ball, but we gave as good as we got, and a draw is probably fair, to be honest. We tried Jamie Vardy up front. He really didn't work again. I know there's been a lot of talk on the Discord, and there is a link to the Discord down in the description, about how best to use Jamie Vardy. He's not really working as a poacher right now. He's not really working as an attacking, advanced forward. There was talk of a deep lying forward, so I think we might give that a try. He's got decent passing and vision if he drops in and Yeah, I mean, we've got to try and use his finishing and his off the ball. That's sort of his two biggest strengths. We just need to come up with a way to get him into the team with that. But anyway, we've got a point off Spurs. It's a good point. If we have a quick look at what that means, you can see we've got the 2 games today before the break, both away from home, so we will be seeing wingers. And yeah, this is where we're sitting, just outside of the European places. Forest, of course, Gene Smith's current club, are up there, as are Burnley and Brighton. So it's a little bit of a who's who of not expected to be in European football contention early on here. But if we have a look at who we're playing today, Chelsea are up there. It's sort of a 3-horse race almost for the title. So that's going to be tough. And if we just go down to find Wigan, who of course came up with us last year, I think, didn't they? Through the playoffs. They're sitting there in the relegation zone. So if we can get 3 points from today, I don't think we'll get anything away from home to Chelsea, but we'd like to think we can take a victory against Wigan perhaps, and that would be a wonderful thing. Let's have a look at what we're doing here against Chelsea, and you can see we're not the favourites, but you wouldn't expect us to be. We are, however, in excellent form, which is amazing. They are a Bruno Lange coached team. I've got to be honest, I haven't really heard of this guy. Looks like he's currently at Benfica, which is maybe why I've got to confess I'm not the biggest expert on Portuguese football. But he looks, I tell you what, next cab off the rank in terms of great Portuguese managers, doesn't he? If this is anything like what he's like in real life. Looks an absolute star. Adventurous, standard playing style. Quick look here at what we're expecting. We're expecting a 4-4-2 from them. Lukaku's back at Chelsea. He's not at Chelsea now, is he? No, he went up. Where is this Lukaku? No, he's at Inter, isn't he? Jadon Sancho's there. Mason Mount, Jorginho. Tar, who's a good central defender as well. Reece James. They're a good team. So we'll do well to take anything from this. We can see their heat map there. It's just kind of standard, isn't it? Passing network and their key passes as well. You can see they're not afraid to go early, and they also are not afraid to get in close to the box. So it's a difficult one. They drew Manchester City 1-1. Looks like they were lucky to get away with 1-1 there. And this is the team that we're sending out. As I said, we are going with wingers. So it's Gunnarsson in goal. It's Mikolic, it's McKenna, Rasic and Bogle as the back four. You can see that Rasic and McKenna have developed a little bit of a partnership now, which is good. It's Gardner, it's Hamsik, and it's Palaversa. I think our first choice in those 3 positions are fit, ready to go for this one. The Wizard, Lewis Potter, goes down the right as a Roman Tur. Penarenda goes down the left as a Roman Tur. And Vardy up front. We're going to try him as a deep lying forward though, aren't we? And just see if he drops back in. Maybe that will work for us. Alright, let's go see how we do. So everybody's lining up as expected. McKenna is already a booking away from a suspension, which isn't ideal. So the season's flying past. You know, we're almost at the break for the World Cup. So, you know, he's not doing too bad there in terms of a suspension. But we do have decent depth, and Simpson, who of course was injured, is on the comeback trail as well, which is good. Ignore the praise, boys. Just play a natural game today. Some calm, we have faith, and yeah, away to Chelsea. Can we get anything? Now, of course, this would be a big London derby, of course, wouldn't it? A West London derby, Brentford and Chelsea. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure they'd feel quite the same way. I'd imagine they'd look at us, I don't know, a little bit like, Palaversa with a good tackle there. Here we go. Is that Leon Bailey? They do have a good team, don't they? Pulisic. We did, of course, not of course, but we got Chelsea in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, the EFL Cup the Carabao Cup quarterfinals. So it's a little bit of a preview for that, and we've lasted 2.5 minutes before they've taken the lead. So that's not ideal. They just looked a little bit too good for us, a little bit too quick for us. Our fullback is too narrow there, isn't he? He needs to go out wider. Good cross in. We really should be challenging McKenna, if you don't mind. But that all looked a little bit too easy, didn't it? Let's go and defend with more width. We need to get our fullback wider there, clearly. That's my bad, isn't it? But, yeah, not ideal. We're not really in this game yet, are we? Come on, boys, come on. Demand a little bit more. We've got an anxious-looking Jamie Vardy. Vardy's just not working out for us, is he? McKenna with a free kick. Goes early there for Bogle. In for Rasic. Back to Bogle. Can he take his man? No, heavy touch. And he's put us under some big pressure here as well. Can we get... Oh, nicely done by Hamsik. Back to Bogle. We just need to get rid, boys. Get rid. There we go. Well done out to Mikolic. A little bit of space here as well. Penarenda's in front of him. He goes back to McKenna. I don't mind keeping possession as long as we're using it when we have it. We need to spread out the midfield there a little bit, don't we? It's a nice little triangle though. Penarenda gets in here. It's Penarenda. Cuts it on his right foot and can't beat Donnarumma in goal. How's this Chelsea team? It's like a who's who of future football manager stars, isn't it? Pulisic with a throw. Can we get to that? No, we cannot. Pulisic is in behind here. Ball to the back post, and Leon Bailey shoots wide. Let's give it a concentrate, maybe. I've got to be honest, I'm very quickly just losing faith in Vardy up top. He's anxious. He doesn't particularly seem that bothered. It's another good tackle there. Who was that? From Jayden Bogle. Come on, boys. Come on. Oh, it's a massive save from Gunnarsson. That's a belter. And it's cleared away by Bogle. We are massively second best here, aren't we? Let's try closing up the lines. We need to try and make it a little bit more difficult for them, I think, don't we? Let's maybe lower as well. Let's just hit crosses in early for Vardy, see if we can do something there. Corner to defend, ball to the back post. It's knotted down, and Badeau cannot miss, and it's 2-0 to Chelsea. And we've not been in this game, have we? Yes, this is a very good Chelsea team, but we saw against a very good Liverpool and a very good Manchester United team, we were at least in the game. We've not been in this. Just that one chance for Panarenda, really, wasn't it? Let's show some passion here, boys. Come on. Rasic just looking anxious. Bogle's having a nightmare out there. Yeah, we can get the half time at 2-0. So, what do we say to that? They were not excellent, mate, honestly. We're going to have to be aggressive. That was terrible, boys. Absolutely terrible. Bogle, don't get booked, please, mate. We do have Justin James on the bench, so we could look to make a change there, perhaps. We don't want to tell everybody that they're rubbish twice. Both fullbacks aren't playing well, which tends to suggest that tactically something's not right. You are marking your men, aren't you? Yeah, so that's kind of all we can ask them to do, is to help them out. Do we want to... I don't know if we want to change anything necessarily. We just haven't played well. We've got a kickoff highlight, which is never a good sign. Yeah, I mean, it's just looking as though we're just massively outplayed here. Now, one thing we could do is switch the Roman tours to wingers, and maybe not have wing backs. As I say that out loud, that seems to make a lot of sense, doesn't it? So we'll maybe try that. Put these guys back to fullbacks on support. And then we'll play the sort of Roman tours, we'll play wingers. And just see if that helps us at all. I do wonder with wingers, though, if we're better off having Vardy as sort of an advanced forward poacher, someone that's sort of up there, sort of on the left shoulder, looking for balls into the box. But we'll keep him as a deep liar for now. And see if that helps us in any way, shape or form. Second half has been better so far, hasn't it? We've seen less from them. We've still seen a lot from them. Nottingham Forest, 3-0 over Brighton. Nottingham Forest are a good little team, aren't they? Ball in, and that's over the bar. Because Brighton were up there, weren't they? They were one of the teams I said that were right up there. Let's give it a get creative. See if we can get anything going here. Vardy's run out of faith. Let's get Hendrickson on. Advance forward for you, please, mate. And Hamsik not having a great time of things either. I'm inclined to give him a little bit more time, though. Hamsik's the sort of player you would have expected to play for Chelsea at some point, wouldn't you? He just is that sort of player. We've got a lot of bookings. Ideally, I just think we need to try and get out of this without a sending off, don't we? Panarenda's not having a great time. Let's get Fico on down the left as a winger. He can do that. And yeah, it's just been a little bit of a disappointing. The second half has been much, much better. Let's be honest. We've limited their chances. Maybe that says my pre-game team talk wasn't fantastic, but second half we were definitely better, even though we didn't create anything. But we were thoroughly outplayed there, weren't we? That's the first time this season I think that we've never been in the game from start to finish. We'll just say unlucky. We saw early on against Everton and Wolves that we were thoroughly outplayed, but we stayed in the game. You know, we looked as though we had a threat about us at some point, and we did score a goal. You wouldn't accuse us of looking like we're going to score a goal in that one. So that ends our undefeated run. I mean, on the surface, 2-0 away to Chelsea isn't terrible. But guys, wait right there. We're away to Wigan next. That is a game we really do need to try and win. Okay, welcome back. Let's get ready to face Wigan. Now, one thing I did forget to update you on is that Hilal, this guy, he's agreed to join Twente, as you can see there, in January. He's a decent player. I just never could figure out how to get the best out of him. So he's off. It was a decent enough fee. What is it there? 300,000 rising to 425. For a player we weren't using, that's fine. He can go off and have his career elsewhere in football. But let's have a look here at what we're doing. We are favourites for the game against Wigan. They are surprisingly perhaps managed by Radamel Falcao. I certainly didn't expect to see that name pop up here. And it is his first... Is he caretaker? No, so literally his first day of the job. So we don't know anything about what's going to happen here. He looks a decent enough manager. But essentially, as I said, we don't know anything about him. He's never managed a game before. And this analysis report is from the 2-2 against Sheffield United, obviously, before he took charge. So we are going in completely blind, which is, of course, the best way to do it, isn't it? So this is the team we're sending out. It's more or less the same team. It's Gunnarsson in goal. It's Mikolic, it's McKenna, Rasic, and Bogle as the back four. Garner, Hamsik, and Palaversa continue in midfield. We're going to keep Lewis Potter as a Rementor. We're going to switch Penarenda to an inside forward. I think we might get a little bit more out of him in that role. And Tuazi's going to go up top for us. Vardy drops off to the bench. I can't get anything out of Vardy. So they're playing a 4-4-2. So nice for them. Yeah, we'll see. We'll just see how this goes. They need to impress and be better from the last outing. I expect a much better performance from you today. Let's go with that. That seems to have motivated everybody. Let's give it some calm. We have faith. And yeah, let's hope we do get a better performance here. So it's a tricky one, isn't it? It's always a tricky one coming up against a new manager, especially a new manager who's in his first job, and we really don't know exactly what we're going to get from him. It's a game that, although it's away from home, it's one we really do need to try and win, particularly if we do have ambitions of sort of pushing in and challenging for a European spot, which I'm not sure if we do or not, to be honest. I'm at this point confident that we're not going to get relegated. I think we're too good for that. And it's one of these, if you beat the teams around you, we've got an injury to Mikolic, that's going to mean Justin James comes on. Now, he's right-footed as well, which isn't ideal, is it? That's going to be two right-footed players on the left. We'll just have to see how we get by with that. Hopefully, it's not too serious of an injury. Of course, there is the break coming up for the World Cup after this one anyway, so as long as it's not sort of a super serious injury, Hamsik gets the throw back to Garner, then we should be okay. Palaversa, can he turn and shoot? Goes back to Garner. Can he pick a pass? He's found the wizard. He goes out for Bogle in loads of space in behind his man. Can he pull it back? He can. Back post, it's headed away. And then cleared behind. Is James going to keep it in? He is. It's Penarenda. Back post, it's Potter, and the wizard gets his second goal of the season. It's a shambles at the back for Wigan. No wonder they're at the bottom of the division. That was chaotic defending, and Penarenda has picked out the wizard at the back post. No one's gone to close down Justin. He's had all the time in the world. Picks out Penarenda. Penarenda dinks it over. Potter, who is good in the air, gets it in. And that is, well, that's fantastic, isn't it? 1-0, 13 minutes gone. We'll tell him to concentrate. And here we go again. Bogle with a throw. In for the wizard. What's he going to do? He loses out, but we should pick that up with Garner. We do. Garner in for Penarenda. No, that's Palaversa, sorry. I was going to say, what's Penarenda doing on the right-hand side? Palaversa, though, gets it infield. Back to Garner. He plays it for Hamsik. Hamsik, a good first-time ball. It's headed away, though. Bogle is still there. Bogle in for the wizard. The wizard blocked away. Bogle's there. It's Tuazi, and Tuazi doubles our lead. His second of the season. And, well, it's looking very, very simple, isn't it? This is not a Premier League team, surely. This is, well, I tell you what, I don't know what Derby County, what's Derby County? I don't know what it is, it's like 11 or 12 points. If this is how Wigan is, they're going to struggle to get that, aren't they? They look an absolute shambles at the back. Tuazi with a goal. This might be a good one for Vardy, strangely enough. Maybe we should have started him in this one. Let's not write them off yet, though. We've got a corner to defend. Ball in. Gunnarsson's there. It's not the best. Garner has it to come away with. Lumps it forward, and there's no one there, and that ends the highlight. Yeah, if this is how Wigan's going to defend, it might be one where we look to get Vardy on in the second half. If you can get a goal and break that goal drought, it just might be what he needs to get himself going. Bogle's now picked up an injury. It's a pulled groin. We could stick Rasic over there. I need to think about this. We're going through we've already got our fullback change on, of course. Can Palaversa play right back? I think he probably could, couldn't he? So if we bring Palaversa on at right back and we can bring Baptiste on, and that hopefully will work for us. Yeah, not ideal, obviously, having both fullbacks get an injury. Here we go with the throw. Palaversa takes it in for Baptiste. Palaversa, can he get a cross in? He can't. Tuazi has it. Baptiste, he crosses in for the back post. It's headed down. And now we're going to get caught on the break here. Bennett brings it forward. We've got 3-on-3 here. We're in a little bit of trouble. There's more blue shirts and black shirts back there. McKenna, he's done really, really well there. Excellent defending. Hamsik gets it forward early for Tuazi. Tuazi's into the penalty area. Can he pick out a teammate? It's blocked away. Penarenda has it edge of the area for Hamsik. Back out there for Justin. Can he get a cross in? He does. It's the Potter again, and the Wizard gets his second of the game. His third of the season. It's 3-0 on the stroke of half-time. And, well, that was all down, really, wasn't it, to that excellent defensive play by McKenna at the other end. Hamsik with a nice ball. Look at the space that James Justin is in. He picks out a good ball, and the Wizard is there, and he plants his header. He's good in the air. I've said it before, I'll say it again. He has the potential to be the Brentford version of... who did we sign at Leeds? From Hull. He's at West Ham now. I can't think of his name. Jared Bowen. The Wizard has the potential to be the Brentford Jared Bowen here, I think. Absolute star he's looking. What do we say to that? An assertive, don't get complacent. Keep it going, boys. Rasic, you're on a booking, mate. Just watch your step for me. McKenna has been an absolute star at the back. The Wizard, loving your work, mate. Go get yourself a Premier League hat-trick. And let's get back out there. We'll give it 10 minutes. And then I think we will try and bring Vardy on up top and just see if we can get him a goal. That'll, of course, be our third change then. So there's nothing sure, then we'll bring him on in basically a meaningless sub. And then we'll get an injury. But let's do it anyway. And see if we can get this Jamie Vardy goal. We'll try him as an advanced forward. The way that that Wigan's playing here, I think, here we go. Is this the moment? Palaversa gets forward. Can he pick out Vardy in the middle? He pulls it back for the Wizard. The Wizard... It's there for Baptiste. Oh, it's a stunning strike from Shandon Baptiste. That is now 4-0. It's a rout in the Premier League against, as I said it before, I'll say it again, this is a shockingly bad Wigan team, isn't it? I mean, we're okay, but we're not this good. We shouldn't be ripping Premier League teams to shreds yet. And the Wizards done well, and Baptiste just lines it up. The goalkeeper possibly should have done better. And on the hour mark, it's 4-0 to Brentford. And... well, I mean, it's essentially game over, isn't it? Can we go and really run up a cricket score here on them? Robertson goes back. It's lumped forward to nobody. Garner knocks it down to Baptiste. Baptiste gets it forward. Nice ball there for Penarenda. He gets inside. Penarenda onto his right foot. And on this occasion, the goalkeeper does make a good save. Corner now. Is it Hamsik? It is over there to take it. Ball to the back post. It's missed there by, who was that? By Vardy. That's a surprise. And that ends the highlight, but we're straight back. Justin with a throw in. It's headed away. He will pick it up again. Can he get a cross in? He goes there for Garner. Garner in for Baptiste. Baptiste over for Palaversa, who hasn't looked out of place as a wing back there, has he? Cross comes in. Vardy's there, and Vardy over the bar. Oh, Jamie Vardy. Good opportunity for him. We'll just keep praising them at this point. And I think if we can get Vardy on the score sheet today, then it's just about been the perfect day, I would say, apart from the injury, obviously, to Mikulic and Bogle. Boggles wasn't too seriously, so he should be fine, especially after the World Cup break. It's Mikulic I'm a little bit concerned about. We have Dominic Thompson, so we have cover there. Yeah, we'll just kind of see. I probably need to rotate them a little bit more than I have been anyway, maybe one on, one off for them, because they are both young players. But we saw when Mikulic first came in, can we win that? Not quite. When Mikulic first came in for Thompson this season, that's a good ball in. Mason Bennett with the head up. And it's 4-1, and that's a little bit of a shame to lose the clean sheet there. I think we have been... I think we've been better than 4-1, to be honest. I don't think they deserve a goal the way they've played today, but they've got one. Good finish, to be fair. Rasic is... very often the man that's just kind of there when they score and not doing anything. 5 minutes to play. Can we get Vardy on the score sheet? Hamsik loses out but keeps possession. It's there for the Wizard. Here we go. Can Lewis Potter... he's on a hat-trick as well, of course. Is he going to go himself? He does go himself. And early ball forward. It's picked up there by Rasic, and that ends the highlight. It's another highlight coming almost instantly. Wigan with the throw. Hugel has it, crossing to the box, and I tell you what, that was well hit and a good save by Gunnarsson there. We've maybe just been guilty of clocking off a little bit towards the end here, but would demand more. It doesn't look like he's going to get his goal, old Vardy, but there we go. 4-1, a really, really good performance, that one. The Wizard with a double, Tuazi and Baptiste with the other goals. Well done, boys, that's a good win. So quality of possession provides the victory. Mikulic is 3 to 4 weeks, so he should be back after the World Cup. Bogle is about a week, so that's fine. He'll be back after the World Cup. I've been linked with the Tottenham job. I could never work for such a soulless organisation. So that means Mourinho must be on his way out, or has been sacked. Lewis Potter, well done to you, sir. An excellent performance. 2 goals and an assist. That's what we love about you, mate. He's really good, and he's potentially going to get even better. We saw at Hearts, if you're following the Hearts series, what the Wizard could do, and I tell you what, he's doing even better for us here. So excellent stuff. Ancelotti is looking at his 2 on loan Manchester City players. But guys, that is it for today. If you have enjoyed that, do make sure you hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new, and we're 3 points off Champions League football. Yes, we've played a game more than Arsenal, but we're in the conversation. We're having a really, really good start to the year. And like I say, I don't see us getting anywhere near relegation this season. We've beaten all the teams that are, Manchester City is down there. Wow. We've beaten a lot of the teams that are down there. I think we're fine. I think Europe might be a little bit too much for us. But we've got to draw against Spurs. You never know. You never know. Anyway, guys, that is it for today, as I said. We will be back next time for... we'll come back straight after the World Cup. I'll obviously review the World Cup and we can see how that goes. And then it will be Arsenal and the FA Cup third round against a yet-to-be-determined opponent. If you do want to follow the Discord, once I know who that opponent is, again, link to the Discord down in the description. I'll post up who that's going to be. I might even try and do it on Twitter as well. Anyway, guys, until next time, I've been Aussie Villain. Take care.